life and death within the knowledge of certain people will only be revealed upon death. And until then, that those certain people will truly believe. That time is sooner for most people in the following years to come. Yet those that speculate continue to struggle against that very same nature they ignore. Now sit back and join me as we travel to and fro the other world and beyond. Welcome to the other world and beyond. It's been a privilege as well as my pleasure to bring knowledge of death into life. And that death is the very essence of life, which counts for certain. We are not alone. The most troubling part in this would be the trials and tribulations that some live daily. Although the struggles against that very nature continues to grow, the power to conquer such pestilence weakens. The knowledge behind such pestilence would be the systematic self-perpetuating form of thinking. This is the same knowledge that is taken from his chosen people. This systematic self-perpetuating form of thinking has been set in mind under the educating school. This was the very source of determinism, and that determinism was placed into the mind that governed the individual actions of each person. And this control has been placed under individual bondage within the mixed multitude of people, and only certain people can ignore this systematic thinking. This is not by being wealthy, but by the design of character. Those that said negative comments about those who brought this out were the very same people under that control. You see, some are free and others are not, which is the reason why some of those most influential leaders went to prison and others did not see a day in court. Now that same systematic thinking led the world into idol worshiping today, and many people would confirm that they would never accept Satan. But like I've said about Satan, he's very deceptive. The idol worshiping of crosses, names, and false representation would be that deception. His two-part name as Jesus and Christ is part Spanish and Roman. This is neither his name nor his skin, as in blood of my blood and flesh of my flesh. In fact, the description of the Messiah in the Bible doesn't relate to anything what people have been told. That learning process kept people blind to the simple facts, and it has already been stated that the Messiah was black. No man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him, and if will raise him up the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of God, Yahweh. Every man therefore that hath heard and hath learned of the Father cometh unto me. The same systematic thinking led people in their mind to know he wasn't black. While the rest of those systematic thinkers said the color of his skin wasn't important, that has been this deception in society as well. But his description is just as important as stated in the book of John, chapter 6, 44 through 45. I will tell you one thing. If people don't accept the Messiah in their life, they will not be saved. And mind you, they're doing just that by stating it doesn't matter the color of his skin. Now it comes to that very same broken foundation in the church, which removed the structured process in accepting the Messiah. Now that all three parts of that foundation have been broken, Satan can dominate the world. The structure of that foundation fell upon three individuals combined into one in the book of Ephesians chapter 2 verse 20, and are built upon the foundations of apostles and prophets, Jesus Christ, Yeshua himself being the chief cornerstone. And people still think they can do this all alone without the foundation. The only saving of anyone would be by what I've stated before, being with I am. And as I said, the keys of heaven was given to the prophets, to the very men that had said I am. In the chapter of Matthew 16:19, the Messiah said this, and I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whosoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whosoever shalt thou loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. And now after all of this, will you continue to worship idols? Will you refuse to listen to prophets? And will you continue to not accept a black man as your Messiah? Thank you for listening to the Always Been Up to Eon Productions, and join me next time in the process of making the spiritual life into reality. And if you feel the need to learn deeper knowledge of life, our book can be found on the website below. Have a safe and happy journey in the following years to come. Until we meet again.